Today we're making Geschnetzeltes. This is a very easy recipe that you can make in any amount, so it's ideally suited for single servings. All you need is some rice, which I already put on the stove. As a protein, you can use any light meat, be that pork, turkey, chicken, but what you can also use is rotisserie chicken or already roasted turkey. If you can grab some of that roast turkey from your family roast turkey dinner, this is an ideal dish to make the following week. What you need is a roux that's equal parts of butter and flour, about a tablespoon each. You need some sliced button mushrooms, a little bit of garlic minced, some diced onions, parsley chopped, a dash of milk, a dash of white wine, and then of course the protein of choice. I'm using fresh turkey breast here, but as I said, roast turkey breast, chicken, pork, all good to go. Then you need some heavy cream, and I'm usually using a dash of bouillon powder or the Better Than Boullion stuff because it gives you a little bit more flavor. I'm gonna start with roasting the meat if it's an unroasted meat like I'm using. If you're using like rotisserie chicken or the leftover turkey, you don't need to do this step. You just add it back in when I add back in the meat in here. I'm using clarified butter to roast the meat. You could use pretty much any fat that you can heat up high. The meat doesn't have to be fully cooked because you're going to add it back in to the sauce later to heat it through. And so if it's like 80% there, that's fine. Okay, I think this is good. Let's extract that. Now in that same pan, add your onions with another little bit of fat. Add a sprinkle of salt. Onions always sweat nicer when there's salt. Once you're happy with the onions, add your mushrooms. They need a little bit of heat. I'm gonna add my butter. All right, this is looking good. Add your garlic. You don't want to burn the garlic, so be a little bit careful about that. Just a minute or two to make that whole thing a little bit fragrant. Get the flour, the wine, and the milk ready. Now add in the flour. Stir that in so that there's no more lumps. So a lot of this will stick to the bottom now, which is fine. Just don't burn it. Let this again roast for like 30 seconds to a minute. If you're not using wine, just use water at this point and then later on put a spritz of lemon juice into it. Okay, dump that in. Go in with some milk. That's about like half a cup or so. If it gets a little bit too thick, you can either use a little bit more milk or just add a dash of water, which is what I'm going to do here. So you want to pick up as many of the bits and pieces that stuck to the bottom. This is a really nice consistency now. Now add some heavy cream. It's about a quarter cup here. Add a little bit of bouillon powder. I only seasoned the onions in the very beginning, so there's no additional seasoning in this yet. So that's where the bouillon powder comes in. It's time to sample. It's already nice. So the bouillon powder brought in enough seasoning that I don't even need anymore. I'm gonna put in my parsley. At this point, you just pop in your pre-cooked protein and let this heat through. Final taste test. And there's dinner. Let me plate this up. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And of course, leave a comment. I'll see you next time.